Hello. So I have a reading today. It's going to be pick a rune, and we're going to get a channeled message from the runes that I'm going to leave in the description, and also their oracles that I already pre-shuffled. Even my tarot I pre-shuffled, and I picked three. And then, yeah, so let me just go over your options here. You can pick based on whatever called your attention first. You can pick based on the timestamp if you want to go based on numbers. Since I will be doing the channeled message for the runes after the the um, the actual reading, then you can also go based on that if you want to read the channeled message and go to that reading because it resonates with you. That's okay too. I can tell you already that this is the second time I start filming my introduction here. There's just like, I want to like say things really fast, but everything wants to be explained very slow and nice and like kind of just relax, if you will. Like there could be in the collective, right? Because this is now a collective that I'm tapping into because I haven't tapped into each pile. It's like, excuse me, there's like a sense of urgency for some of this collective. For others, it's more of like there's you want to do a lot with. It's almost like you don't have enough time in the day, if you will, or something like that. I don't know what that's about, but all right. So the first rune is ANSUZ, and it's the rune that represents the god Odin, and he is actually the one who sacrificed for 9 days. He hung from a tree from 9 days, from the tree of life, and lost an eye to acquire the knowledge of the runes. So it's really interesting that he will be the first rune that I picked out. But yeah, there he is. The second one is INGUZ, and it is also a god. It's the god Ing. It's a god of fertility. And oh, so I forgot to say this is the letter A. This is the letter NG. Okay, just in case you want to go based on that, it'll be on the description as well. And then the last rune is BERKANA, and it's the letter B, and it represents the birch tree. Also, I have to mention, because I have it highlighted on my notes here, it's interesting that we have Odin, the god of, I don't know, because he's also the god of the spoken word. It's like he gave breath, the breath of life, to everything, right? And then we have, this is considered the fatherhood rune, and then we have the motherhood rune here. So I thought that was an interesting thing that happened here with the three runes that I picked that I like wanted to be in this reading. So we're just gonna see how everything kind of ties into with the cards as well. And then we're gonna see how it ties into with the channeled message. It's always interesting. So all right, so I'm gonna just, you gotta go pick your pile now, okay? I don't know why this reading, it's let me drink some tea. This reading seems, you know what it is? It's like, it seems, I don't, it could resonate with some of you. It's like you might be learning something new when it comes to spirituality. You might be going on a quest for knowledge, if it feels like. A lot of internalizing, I don't know, it's like healing, family healing. There's so much coming through that I can't even pinpoint. But I can tell you something that in general, it's like a very light-hearted message, but at the same time, I feel like the delivery is going to be kind of funny, kind of like sarcastic, just because that's the energy that I'm getting here, and it's just interesting. So I'm going to start with ANSUZ, which is this one. So let's do that. All right. I'll see you in your other piles if you picked the other ones. But we're gonna start with pile one. I don't know where I wanna. is, I guess I'll put it over here. That'll be, yeah. All right. So like I said, I haven't looked at any of these. I actually was called to pull um, the, I was called to pull the tarot already and all of the other ones. So we're just gonna see what came through, okay? For pile one, Knight of Wands, okay. Movement, the Devil, okay. See what I mean with the, it's just funny. I don't know why this is so, it's not funny, but it's funny in the delivery. I don't know. I feel like um, is the Odin personality coming through, if you will, and then 10 of Wands. Okay. Well, it's almost, you know what it is pile one. You might be your guides here, right? It's an urgent message from your guides. Your guides are telling you to make sure that you take your passions where they're meant to go, right? First, go through your own walk your own path, if you will, when it comes to how you want to go about bringing this light. Even well, for some of you, it's like a creation. Makes sense because of the rune that you picked, right? You're bringing life and passion into something. It's almost like you're going there. Your guys are saying you're going to bypass this energy, this devil energy, where you might feel like you're in like a trance of like being a little bit confused. It's almost like you set on your path and then you're a little bit confused, but then you come out on the other end how you're supposed to anyways. So they're saying trust the process here for you. Also laugh a little, like when you encounter this energy that could come across as like in the practical world. I'm not saying it's going to be the literal devil, right? But for you, it could come across, it could seem like petty arguments or people triggering you or certain certain obstacles that you knew that eventually you would have to overcome kind of resurfacing or like tempting you, if you will. And they're saying there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about because you have, it's like you have the right drive and you're determined here. You're determined to travel towards what you want anyways. It's like you set out on this path and you're very excited about it, and then this energy could kind of like mess with you a bit. Don't let it, they're saying. Guilt, interesting, that could be this energy. I release any belief that no longer assists in my soul growth. Exactly, because the 10 of Wands is about releasing all of those wands. You're only keeping one here, and it's like you travel light. You travel with as little as you. The fact that I'm stumbling over my words today, you travel as little, exactly, with as little as you need, right? And you do so in a fast, and you really are following your dreams here. You're following a passion of yours. They're saying there's no need to have guilt around that. Guilt kills creativity. It kills the the wondering about life, like the wonder of life. It kills it. Yeah, okay. With the mouse, it kind of makes sense that the mouse will come up now with this because it's like you could be on a bit of a, the devil is looking like a spiral to me now, just like this. It's like a spiral of little bit of confusion, and then the mouse having all these colors around. It's like it could be that your guys are trying to get to you in the midst of you feeling very tiny, very insignificant, and they're saying you're not. You have a lot of drive. You have a lot of potential. We're here. Like they're here all around you, but you're the one who kind of looks like the torches here in this card. You're gonna have to be the one who really is at the forefront of what you want. Like set your course towards what you want to do, right? It's yours. Yeah, focus. Wizard of the Woods. Interesting. That's the spiral again. That's very interesting. It's almost like they're opening when you open yourself up to this, to being really dedicated, right, to what you want to do. They're saying you will get through this energy that keeps you, that has kept you back in the past. Probably it's probably an obstacle that you've had to overcome over and over again. Or if I'm going to put it in a practical sense, it could be, let's say, someone in your family, or it could be a parent, or it could be someone very significant to you, who every time that you want to follow something, let's say artistic or creative, they're always telling you, but hey, like, they're the back, they're in the back of your mind. Whether they're there physically telling you this, or it could just be your inner critic that has their voice, because they were the ones who were the critic for you growing up, for example. They could be like, oh, but how are you going to do this, how are you going to do that, like, eh, you can't do that because you're not, I don't know, you don't have the right voice, or you don't have the right style, or whatever it is that tries to like keep you in this spiral of confusion. And it does feel like it's an inner critic kind of thing, or outer, it could be someone on the outside as well. It's almost like you have to really kind of like drop all of those beliefs about yourself, and pay them no mind what other people are saying as well, to get through that energy. It's like you let go, you literally let go of what no longer serves your soul growth. And while you could be, you're being here kind of seen by your guides, they're saying you're not defenseless just because you're a tiny mouse. If anything, you're very hardworking. You're mischievous when you need to be. You move fast. You're very alert on your toes. But they're saying, do that. Make that energy work for you, instead of like coming at it from a place of like being scared of this energy, right? Focus. With the number 50 as a number 5, so that's about change. So there could be change coming towards you as well, or your guides are trying to bring change towards you. I'm seeing lightning back here. It's almost like you're on this path of yours, and boom, your guides are like the presence, like right in front of you. They're like, it's time to come with us, like, you're ready, let's go. Use this aid, this portal that we're, wow. Mystic metal sanctuary. So they're coming through to tell you that you're safe, or they want to lead you to a safer place. Time is of the essence here because of the rabbit. It's the year of the rabbit, so that's significant. But time is of the essence here is because they're holding a sand. Is it? It's a clock of some kind. I don't know if it's sand in there, but you have very, you have exactly, you have more, but you have very strong, three very strong, very connected to this plane, very present in your energy, um, guides here. And then one is like mystical, and like it only intervenes when it needs to, when it really needs to like get something through to you. It makes sure that it's like the forefront. It's the only thing that you can see, one of those guides there. But you have other three other ones that are very, they might come to you in animal form actually. So a mouse could be significant, a rabbit, a bear, a fox could be significant as well. They're saying you're safe though, because this is like a pretty meadow. It's like a pretty, it's like, again, but they want to lead you somewhere, because I'm seeing like a castle back there. So it's like you are in your way to this big change. Again, it feels like you're either learning something new that leads you here. Um, just because also this rune is about, it's Odin, and Odin is all about like, they you need to like, there's learning to be made there. um he likes scholars and people who question things. It's like the writers, the illustrators, the creative aspect of your being, right? Because you're tapping into a creator of life. It's like they want you to explore your creative nature and do it so with the passion that you've always had for it. Forget this energy here that tries to like block it all the time. Time to breathe out. And hold your vision. Oh my gosh, yes. That's, yeah, basically that's what that is. Focus, hold your vision. Don't, when this card came out, I was like, okay, you got to breathe out whenever this energy is bothering you, right? Whenever that inner critic of yours gets triggered and they have a lot to say, if you will, right? It's time for you to really go within. And your guys are saying tap into us or ask us for like assistance as well, because we got your back. We can bring a little bit of calm to you. Again, the urgent message is pay this energy no mind. My goodness. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. Exactly, that's you. Wow. Wow. See, this is the place that your guides are trying to guide you through here. It's almost like focus on your craft. You're onto something, they're saying. You're onto something, and that's probably why there's a lot of triggers around you, because you are onto something. Whether this I'm not saying here that there's like forces working against you, if you will. But what I am saying is that maybe the force that's working against you is your own inner critic, and that's the reason why they exist in the first place, to like deviate you from certain things. But they're saying, if you really want this time around, it's time to pursue it, and you will be successful. We're here for you, they're saying. Wow. Starkeeper, cosmic ancestors, seed the light by staying grounded. Okay, that's this right here. Whenever this energy is all up in your head and your emotions and your creativity, it's like it's blowing up smoke and making things foggy for you to not see the path that you really are working on and you are kind of like creating, right? It's like, no, you stay grounded, you stay connected, you focus on your creation, and you're not going to fail. Wow. You even have some cosmic ancestors coming through here. So some of your guides it could be this one right here, because that one's so powerful. It almost could almost represent here ANSUZ, if you will, right? Like that energy for me anyways. Okay. All right, let's see. Serendipity, one of my favorite cards. Okay, four-leaf clover again. There's a lot of, first of all, you might be getting a lot of signs and synchronicities in general. Moth could be significant for you as well. Butterflies, I'm hearing. There's just magic and like very rare coincidences all around you, if you will. They're saying pay attention to that, because that's us right here. Because look at where these cards fell. Like they fell under your guides here. Higher power. I can't make this shit up. My goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what it is. This looks like this to me as well. See, unlocking. There might be some of you who are very, very much, okay. I think we unlock our sight of like spiritual things, if you will, on our own time, And just because you have a spiritual awakening doesn't mean that you have tapped into everything that you've ever will know. about spirituality or even your own path, if you will. So it's interesting that the message here is you're almost having like a second, third, fourth, who knows, awakening of some kind. You're unlocking some other aspect or a deeper aspect of some kind of mysticism, some kind of sight with the third eye here. There's a lot of that, even with the crown. You know, it's like you've been through some awakenings, and but it's almost like there's more there's more knowledge raining up down upon you, if you will. Leads me back. I keep looking at this one now because it's like it could be a little scary for you. You could be a little bit like untrusting of this energy sometimes. But your guides are very heavily like in your face. They're, you know, both of these, which I'm seeing as your guides, are literally facing. They're really looking at you. But then again, I heard, yeah, but so is the devil. And yeah, the devil is making eye contact as well with you here. But you know what's interesting about this devil card, especially in this deck? It's not scary. If anything, we could also even say that the devil that people are scared of, it's the devil that they create. You know, it's like, again, your own inner critic could be the one holding you back. It's really nothing. There's nothing around you that's holding you back. And maybe how you get through this energy, they're saying, is by focusing on you. And if you can't focus on you because that triggers you as well, focus on us. They're saying focus on the beautiful synchronicities. Focus on the on your vision, the visions that you're having. You might be literally having visions, especially in your dream state. You could be having a lot of like fantasy. They could be taking you on like fantastic adventures. Weird shit it's going on in your dreams that somehow ties into your reality. You know, um, I think I want to do, this is totally off script, but I think I am going to do it. I'm going to pull a card because I just mentioned dreams, and then this deck came to mind. And every time this deck comes to mind is because it wants to be in the forefront of something. So, all right, this is the Shaman's Dream Oracle, and I'm just going to pull one card. I think I'm going to do it for the other piles too, but kind of just to finish this here. Let's see. Oh, not two, just one. Interesting. Many masks. The authentic self. Yeah, there's you letting go of the things that no longer serve you for your soul growth. It's like it's time to be yourself and not be scared of it. It will be well received, but you gotta yeah, look at that, the bottom of the deck. Horseman, Herald of Change. What you're trying to do here, whatever you're trying to do, it's going to be well received. There's nothing that you need to worry about. Beautiful. Okay, I hope this really resonated with you, Pile 1, and I hope it brought you some clarity. This was an interesting one. I mean, I think they're all going to be very interesting. And I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to check out your channeled message, okay? From this rune. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Okay. So pile 2. If you picked this rune, INGUZ, which is, by the way, the god Ing, which is the god of fertility. this is your reading. All right. So we are looking at what urgent message do your guides want to bring forth for you. All of a sudden, I'm like a little bit nervous for some reason. Give me a second. Based on the rune that you picked, Pao 2, there could be um, some need for you to kind of sexually liberate yourself. That could be why I'm nervous for some reason. You could be going through some changes when it comes to, and this could be, doesn't have to be for everybody that picked this pile, but this is an urgent message from your guides. So I have to mention what comes through right away. Because this is the god of sexuality as well. It's also, it has to do with like ancestral knowledge being passed down as well through the sexual act, right? Because that's how we get here. If our ancestors didn't have sex, we wouldn't be here right now, right? It's weird to think about, but it's the truth. And that's kind of what this rune speaks about. And it also looks like the double helix of DNA as well. So that's, again, that's significant for some of you. Maybe some of you are studying that, or you're like interested in some kind of science that has to deal with that, or this has been coming to your awareness lately. I don't know, family lines, ancestry in general. Interesting. All right. So I haven't looked at these. I have three tarot, and then the rest are going to be oracles. Okay, let's just see what, and then I'll pull one from this deck at the end. I did it for pile 1 and it felt right, so I'm going to do it for the rest of the piles. So let's see what urgent message your guides want to bring forth for you. 2 of Swords, okay. 5 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. Holy crap. All right, pile 2. This is that nervousness that I was speaking about. This is that confusion kind of thing. And it comes from a place of abandonment and pain, if you will. The 5 of Pentacles. Your guts are saying you have the key to get out of this place. You have the key to get out of this confusion, to come into a more harmonious state of being in general, but also a more harmonious path for you in this lifetime. It's the 2 birds here. They're not. It's like they're trying to take this blindfold off, and you're the one holding on to it. Birds could be significant for you. You could be finding keys as well. Keys could be significant. This seems to be about, so the Pentacles is here. This also seems to be about like generational wealth for some of you. And it's not just wealth in the monetary sense, but since I brought up like ancestral knowledge, there could be some ancestral knowledge that you could be tapping into to get out of this energy. It's almost like the knowledge that you refuse to look at in your ancestry, or the spiritual gift that you refuse to tap into, right, in your ancestral line, are actually the answer to get out of confusion, to get out of lack, to get out of abandonment, to heal a lot of the wounds, again, that have been passed down, but also the solution to those wounds, right? The mending, the thread that could sew those things together and like heal it, it also has been passed down to you. Because here, if you think about it, it's like this and like this. So it's almost like the wound and the way to heal it, both are interconnected. You possess both, but it has to be something that that you want to look at, that you want to actually pursue. It's leading me back to this phrase from Rumi that says, the wound is where the light enters. It's kind of like that. That makes sense for some of you. Yeah, there's a equal, there's infinity there. So there's just as much as you've been given lessons in this lifetime, they also have come with blessings. But there's a shift in your perspective, or there's just a denial that you might be living in some kind of thing. Well, these messages, some of them are very intense. This one feels very intense. The fact that this is the fatherhood rune as well, this could be around a father wound that you have. You could be a father yourself who is trying to also break generational trauma or whatever when it comes to what being a father is. Or you could be you're about to be a father, and you're second guessing every step of the way. You're like, how can I be a good dad if my dad wasn't a good dad? And someone's like, well, and you even realizing that your dad wasn't a good dad, that kind of makes you want to be better than your dad was. You know what I mean? It's not about comparing or demonizing your parents or your ancestors for what they did. It's if you're able to even recognize there's that the wound and the healing come together. If you can realize that that behavior was toxic, wrong, not acceptable, that's a step forward in your healing for yourself and for your future generations as well. Let's see. Self-esteem, interesting. I possess the gift of the soul that benefit me and others. Correct. I think you have to give a little bit more credit to yourself for the work that you've done up to this point. The fact that this almost looks like a pentacle here. You have to give a little more grace and more acceptance and more kind of like be your own cheerleader when it comes to the growth that you've done. I mean, your guides want to tell you too that they're very proud of you. They're saying you have all the tools that you need to get to this energy where you are. And then this being the card, the Six of Pentacles, about giving and receiving as well. In the original tarot is depicted by someone giving coins to people that are, but they're holding. It's interesting that because they're holding scales, and she has scales tattooed on her here. So that's really interesting. How these two cards are tying in together. It's like you possess everything that you need, not to just bring harmony to yourself and your soul, your spirit, but to bring harmony to others as well. But you have to believe that you're capable of it, first of all, and you have to like yourself, you have to love yourself, you have to see yourself for the beautiful being that you are. Fish. So emotional, there's a lot of emotional healing here. With the crescent moon, makes me think of lovers. This being like a light in the darkness, if you will. So some of you could be with the fish being in the, it's almost like the fish is like the bottom of a pond, a sea, and it's very dark, but then they find, again, it's like that light. You find something that's like a beacon for you. And it could be, again, it's something that you kind of like have inherited, if you will. It feels a lot like it's in the emotional body that you have all this healing that you're doing, and it's, how your self-esteem is going to come about, if you will. Wow, transformation, butterfly spirit. Yes. So this is Aphrodite. So Aphrodite, if you work with Aphrodite, or just like if you look her up, and it's about self-love. It's about the empowerment that self-love and caring for oneself brings upon you, self-esteem. She might be one of your guides, or you could have like some kind of connection to Aphrodite in some way, somehow. She could be coming into your awareness for some of you. Um, and she might want to work with you because she wants you to work on this. It's like we can get to self-esteem if you allow this beautiful energy to come through and aid you on it, if you will. Thicket of Thorns. Oh, can't speak. Thicket of Thorns. More butterflies. Okay, so butterflies are significant for you guys. Transformation all around. But it says uncertainty. There's that energy, the uncertainty energy. That makes sense. Makes sense that it's here, but again, it also makes sense that it wants to be. The energy wants to be alchemized into something better. Okay, and you have the power to do that. You have the knowledge, and if you don't have it yet, you're about to. These birds are about to fully like take that blindfold off. Your guides could be helping in this. There could be something that literally is happening. Being the swords, it could be like in your psyche. There's going to be an aha moment for you that maybe brings you into this energy of holy shit, I've really been hurt in the past. And now I'm processing all of this emotion with the fish here in the water element. But, and again, in the wound, with the wound comes the healing. So you have the key to get out of it, and you will get out of it, is what they're saying as well. And you have a lot of powerful, it's a god here, it's a goddess, god and a goddess, trying to really, it's interesting because this is the god of fertility, and Aphrodite is the goddess of fertility, sexuality, I mentioned in the beginning as well, so that's interesting. All right, let's see. Have faith in your dreams. More butterflies. Crescent moon. Oh my goodness. Signs and synchronicities everywhere. Just like Pow 1. Pow 1 also has synchronicities. They literally have the serendipity card. So your guides really, all of these collectives, they really want you to pay attention to the fact that they're all around you all the time. It's like, it's almost like you're holding yourself back from seeing them, or from seeing just how connected you are, but that's not going to be there for much longer. You're moving through that energy. We're going to get to a point, they're saying, where there's very harmonious, there's a give and take between you and your guides, even your ancestors as well. Maybe some of you are being guided to work with ancestors, and ancestors really do like that give and take. Like, you put a little cookie, a candy, and a glass of water for me, and some kind of in your space, and you dedicate it to them, right? And then they bless you with something else, maybe some knowledge, maybe a key to get out of something. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon and Taurus, so they could be the fact that it's Taurus and it's earth energy. So your guides, your ancestors, whoever you're working with here, really wants to help you to get to this and get to this, if you will. Very empowering forces are all around you, trying to really make you realize just how important you are, just how valuable you are, cared for. Wait, it's not time yet. Things are being woven. Interesting. Yeah, because you need a practical plan for your dreams. You might have really big dreams, and you could be uncertain and confused at the moment. They're saying, well, you need to have faith in your dreams, and then you need to make sure that you make a practical plan for them. And we're here to help you with that. How beautiful. Very supportive. You're not for everyone, dude. Yes. Embrace your awareness, face your true north correctly. Like, okay, this is, again, the rune is speaking to me about ancestry and like your past generations. Like, it's almost like in past generations, if you have like women in your life who have not been able to like fully become, the woman that they wanted to be, expressive in all kinds of ways, expressive with their sexuality, with how they dress, with, like that kind of freedom. If you lack that kind of freedom, if the woman in past generations lack that kind of freedom, it's time for you to own that. They want you to be the odd man out because they wanted to be themselves, the odd man out, but they couldn't because of the circumstances that they lived through. Same thing for the men. If there is some kind of like oppression and some kind of thing where like you were raised to think that you could not express your feelings, that you had to cry in the dark all alone, and like no, you can be an emotional being and be a masculine person. Like it has nothing. It's almost like you're breaking some stigmas in your family apart. And they're saying it has cost you your self-esteem to keep who you are, right? Your true self. You're not for everyone, right? Embrace your awareness. It has kept you away from who you are to yourself. It has kept you away from having self-esteem, from having an easy way of like approaching life and an easy going life. It has kept you away from that, but you have the power to break away from all of that. You're doing it. You're doing it. This should be confirmation for you. You are doing it. Keep being weird and keep being you. You're very supported in that. You're very supported in that. Wow, Treasure Island. It's almost like your awareness is your treasure. Your awareness is your legacy. Your awareness is your abundance here. Wow, exchanging gifts. 9 and 27, excuse me. 27, that's up to 9. Interesting. There's that butterfly again. And water is significant for you as well, because now we have a sea turtle, we have a fish. Butterflies are everywhere. Wow. The pink makes me think of like that sweet energy. It's like, again, your awareness is your gift. Your uniqueness is your gift. Don't let anybody like dim your light just because you're different than them. Especially when it comes to family. Family can sometimes be your first bullies, your first oppressors, the first people to hurt you, right? It's not even the environment. It's almost like, the outside world. It's like people like to say, oh no, I'm raising my kids for the world. But okay, well, what kind of world do you want your kids to live in? If you are mean to them, that's the only world that they're going to live in, because that's the only thing that they're going to know as normal. So if gentleness and kindness and acceptance is the world that you create for your child in your own home, naturally it's going to outpour from them. Not just because it's this one for you guys, that's so interesting. It's not just because it's almost like what your environment is in your home is very significant, right? Your generations, your family is significant. If they come from a place of acceptance and kindness and allowing you to be yourself, you naturally are going to be like that towards other people, and you do change the world in that way, because that's one less person who is judgmental of others just because they're unique and weird. It's kind of like that. Like, I went on a rant there, but don't raise your kids for the world that exists. Raise them for the world that you want them to live in, if you will. That's coming through as well for some of you. Repairing the veil, forgiveness. What did I say about mending? The fact that it looks like the rune as well, that's super synchronistic and significant. Um, in doing your self-work here, in working on your self-esteem, and this really seems to be the key here, really just getting to know yourself and accepting yourself for who you are is going to help you mend those wounds. Another butterfly, just realized that. With the red string here, I'm thinking of the red string of faith, fate, faith. Faith could be significant for you too. Well, I mean, have faith in your dreams. So yeah, um, I'm hearing the song "Dreamer" by John Lennon. Is it? Yeah. 'Cause I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. And the fates being at the bottom with the runes. Are you freaking kidding me? That is incredible. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So, Pal 2, your guides are here to support your awareness, your endeavors when it comes to a lot of healing, generational healing, and for it's if you don't even if it's too much for you, they're saying now, if it's too much for you to even tap into past things and like it keeps you locked up in this agony, if you will, look to the future, right? Look to the future, because you're going to be someone who if you can't help the past or the people that are in your life now, your family right now, because they refuse, everybody's on their own path. It's not that they refuse, everybody's on their own path. They don't have to see things your way for you to actually make a change in yourself and make a change in the world. If you change one person, it's not that you change. If you extend acceptance and love and kindness to others, maybe that was not shown to you, that is significant, pal. Too, you're doing very significant work to mend a lot of the things that kind of broke you in the past, that have broken not just you but past generations, past. Again, it feels like there's a lot of father wounds here in your family, and there's also just oppression of emotions, oppression of authenticity in your family that you are mending. You're being unique. If you're the black sheep of the family, they're saying keep being that. You're doing what you're meant to be doing. Follow your joy, follow your weirdness. You're not for everyone, and that includes your family, okay? While this is saying that generational, what is it, the generations are important, and family is important, they're also saying it's okay to also be the change that you need to be for your lineage. Nothing changes if nothing changes, if you will. Thank you so much, Pal 2. I hope this resonated. Don't forget to look at your channel's message if you haven't looked at it. And I'll see you in the next one. All right. We're going to move to pile 3. Let's see how long is this video already. It's very long. All right. Hello, pile 3. So if you picked this rune, BERKANA, this is going to be your reading. Let me just take a sip of my tea. The messages have been very interesting so far. They've been very significant. Let's just see what's going on, pal 3. So we're going to look at the tarot first, then the oracles, and then I'm going to pull one card from here at the end that I feel like it's going to tie into Your message, it did for pile 1 and it did for pile 2 as well. So let's see what urgent message your guides have for you at this time. Page of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, the Knight of Cups. Pile 3, it seems to be, you know what's interesting? Let me just mention this before I even go on. In every single pile, and I'm not telling you to go back, but for some reason I feel called to mention this. In every single pile, the card in the middle has been such a heavy energy that people have to get through for some reason here. Yeah, all of this collective is moving through very significant things. Wow. So you, pile 3, they're saying you really are starting whatever you've started. You've really are putting your all into it. You're setting down the right roots. You're with the Page of Pentacles. It's rooted into who you are. You are part of your creation, and they're saying there's no need to worry about how this is going to flourish, because your passion being poured into it, your all being poured into it, if you will, is going to propel you forward, propel this creativeness forward. Also, it's almost like you've been planting seeds, pile 3. You've been planting seeds in other people, seeds of knowledge, seeds of love, seeds of kindness, and sometimes yourself, you could be in such a lonely place, if you will, where you have a lot of confusion and you're like, am I even doing the right thing? And they're saying, yes, you are. Because those seeds that you plant is almost like you plant the seed, but you can't see the roses that the rose bush that you planted, it's like you're not seeing them bloom and then being picked and being passed on to other people. It's very beautiful. Wow. But you are doing that. You are planting the right seeds at the right place at the right time with the right people. But sometimes it's not, you don't have to see them grow and prosper for them to matter. You just got to know that if you came from a right place and you planted those seeds in a harmonious way, in a kind and honest way with others, they will flourish. You don't have to worry about it. It's like, it's interesting because BERKANA is the rune of birth, is Mother Earth, is new beginnings, is new projects, is getting the old out and in with the new, if you will. So if you started, I said it, when you start a new project, if you want to protect your new project or kind of like bring it forth, you can draw this rune into it. Like, let's say you're writing a book or something, you could write this rune as a sigil, if you will, on your journal or on your hand. If you're going to start writing, you're going to do some work for an hour and start writing or something, you could draw that on your hand. It's like you're being blessed by creative energy, by literally you're birthing something. And maybe it's the seed that you planted a long time ago. For some of you, it's with someone. Some of you, it's something. And it's been so long, because you go from a page to 9, right? So it's been so long, and you're like, it's not here. It's not prospering. I don't see it. And unknowingly, because now I'm being drawn to the roses being red and her dress being red, it's almost like you haven't seen it because you're it. It's like, oh, that's a beautiful message. My gosh. Okay, wait. You've the seed that you planted wasn't just for others, it was for you. You've become the rose that you expected to see. It's you. You are the one who has embodied this beautiful energy. And it could be confusing to see. This has to do with like self-worth as well. Sometimes you fail to see POW 3. I almost said POW 2, but that could be significant. Maybe you want to go look at POW 2 because that could tie into this. But you sometimes fail to see your own beauty. You fail to see your own potential. You fail to see the impact that you have on others and that you have on yourself as well, like the growth that yourself have made. Maybe you suffer from anxiety. Maybe you struggle with self-criticism a lot. The message here from your guides, it's there's a change coming. All right, there's newness trying to come in. This energy will be no longer. You're not going to be in this state of mind anymore. The white horse, and then this is the white bird. It's like spirit coming in, but it also could be an offer from someone, because the Knight of Cup brings you a cup, right? Brings you a letter, a message, flowers, roses in themselves, love. You know, it's like where you planted that seed many moons ago is what I want to say. And I don't even speak like that, but many moons ago you've planted this seed, and now you're about to see the fruits of your labor, if you will. Interesting. Denial. I just heard that that TikTok audio is like, denial is a river in Egypt. Your husband is gay. I'm not saying that applies to any of you, but that's funny. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. That could be this energy right here. The Nine of Swords is in your mental state, a lot of confusion, right? But you allowing this bird, allowing, maybe there's like emotional growth with the cups here that's coming in, and that becomes your awareness, and therefore you get out of that stagnicity. You get out of that pain, but you get out of that pain through, I don't want to say more pain, but through acceptance of the knowledge that the pain has brought you, or the awareness that the hardships have brought you, if you will. Gazelle, interesting. Fire energy. I like how you have all of the energies here. So you have earth, air, water, and fire. Okay. I just heard you've been through a lot. Your guides are admitting that. They're not denying it. They're not trying to sugarcoat it. They're also saying we're not trying to make you see the world through rose-colored glasses. We understand that this energy is something that it's almost like it's been holding you, but they're saying it's been holding you for some reason. It's almost like you being grounded, you being here on planet Earth, especially this lifetime. It could be one of the hardest ones that you've had to experience to this point. And any fear, because the fear, any fear that you have to kind of, like I'm seeing, like run through, not because you're running from it, but it's because you're conquering it, you're going to be able to do that. And you're doing it fast with the gazelle here. It's like the urgent message is that you urgently will be moving through this energy very quickly. I'm seeing now 9 days. That's super quick for you to like go from 0 to 100 here. I want to look at the book for the gazelle. I haven't done it for any of the other ones, but this is interesting. It's interesting because aren't gazelles like prey animals? Like right? They get hunted and stuff, but I mean, everything eats something else, right? But okay, it says heightened awareness, ability, and vulnerability. Yeah, you might be in a heightened state of awareness because you've been hurt in the past greatly. And that could be where the fear stems from, but it's almost like the fear is like your driving force as well. That's so interesting. When in balance, grateful, perceptive, and artistic. When out of balance, food allergies, insomnia, and racing mind. That energy. To bring into balance, a cozy home and good food. So the gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, this awe inspiring beauty amidst sophistication and elegance. Wow, the gazelle personalities are often hyper aware of their surroundings or hyper vigilant. And this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty that they spend so much effort cultivating. That's what it is. Okay. You spend so much time, effort, energy cultivating these seeds, planting them, tending to them. They're beautiful. They're rooted. You're in a beautiful space. But sometimes the weight or the not weight as in weight down on you, it could be, but waiting for these things to sprout a little could send you into a lot of anxiety. And there's a change coming to that. Again, the change is happening fast. You're getting like some awareness that is just going to help you move through this. Wow. Spirit guardian of winter, retreat. You're protected. You're like in your own little bubble. A cozy home was one of the needs for the gazelle to feel safe, if you will. That might be what you've been cultivating all this time. That's interesting because this fell under this. Kind of looks like she's like rooting herself into this reality here. So we're still in winter. Actually, today is the day that it's between winter and spring. It's the midpoint. Interesting when I'm filming this and when I'm posting it, February 1st. Springtime could be significant for you, and maybe this winter time had been very significant for you. You've been doing a lot of maybe overthinking, but also at the same time trying to see things differently, moving through the fears, if you will. Wow. Rainbow waterfall. Miracles are afoot. Butterflies could be significant for you. They could be a way that your guides communicate with you. Rainbows as well, waterfalls. There's that king of, I say king, but there's that Knight of Cups energy where it's like the flow, the easy, the mystical things, the beautiful things. So you're going from this really, from winter to this like spring. It's a beautiful energy. Prosperity lies ahead. Wow. Okay, there you go. New moon in Taurus. There you go. That's the sweetness that's coming your way. It being earth energy with starting with the page here of Pentacles. Again, it's like whatever you planted, you're going to be seeing the fruits of your labor. Wow, confidence is key to success. Another new moon in Leo. A fire energy now. I think you've planted seeds of prosperity, even within yourself. This doesn't have to be with others now. This feels like internal work that you've been doing. You've planted seeds of prosperity. You planted seeds of confidence and success, and you're about to see them flourish. You're about to see them bloom. They're saying get ready for that, because once they do, it's going to be a change that's going to feel like night and day. Like literally, you go from this to this. It's almost like the in between. You've already been through the in between, which was this second guessing and a lot of confusion and a lot of anxiety. But you're about to see them sprout. You're about to see them bloom. Wow, perspective. Perspective. When you're in this energy, pile 3, they're saying you're going to have to really have perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. Wow. It's like you could be hyper focused, right? When you're in this energy, you are in a way, if you think about it, you're hyper focused on yourself, and you're very much in your mind. You're so much in your mind that you fail to see the beauty all around you that wants to come in, that's coming in. So they're saying zoom out and really have some perspective. Easier said than done. I know it's easier said than done when you're in this energy to like really look at the bigger picture of things. It's like, no, in that moment I just want to wallow in my pity and my sorrows. But you guys are calling you to really see things a little different, step away from yourself a bit, to maybe help you when you come back in, right? When you zoom back in, you're able to see beauty for what it is. The fact that Earth is here and this is Mother Earth, that's super significant. Wow. So you're a child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. So if you're a child of the cosmos, you can understand how by just staying in this energy, right, and very focused, hyper focused on this not just this reality. I don't want to make you think that you have to be like daydreaming all day, but that's not what it is. It's like, since you are from, there's so much wonder about you. Your soul, you're an old soul. You're very unique. There's a lot of expansiveness that comes with your energy. But I even mentioned it before, right? Being rooted in, maybe this lifetime has been a little hard for you. I don't know if I said it in this pile or the other pile. I don't know. But when you're in this hyper focused on yourself, Mother Earth herself is saying, hey, zoom out. If you need a bigger perspective, just look at how tiny I am. You're tiny, I'm tiny. But your soul, like even, our souls, because the earth has a soul as well. She's a living being. We're interconnected to all of this beauty. Oh my God, what was that word? Beauty? To all of this beauty. We don't have to hyper focus on this here moment if it's not helping us right now. Zoom out a little. Look around. Earth is also saying, look around me. There's a lot of beauty all around for you to enjoy. Also, maybe you've been in a bubble during this winter time, and it's time for you to explore. It's time for you to get out of your shell, if you will. Definitely get out of your shell. Look at this, how magnificent. The literal perspective change, that you go from one end to the other, like just in the imagery here. That's crazy. They're saying also being part of a big community, or this wondrous world and as a whole, doesn't take away from your identity of who you are. Because maybe I don't know why that's coming through. That could resonate for some of you. Wow, peace. There's that bird again. Your guides are trying to bring you this olive branch. Maybe you've been disconnected from your spirituality for a while. Maybe because your faith has been being tested. But you stayed true to yourself, even when you've denounced you've denounced God or your faith or whatever, it still seems to be that you still are someone who spreads beauty all around you. So it's like, how can you denounce how important you are when in fact you are literally you're a vessel for creation itself, right? It wants to come through you, for you and for others, if you will. Even in your moments of doubt, even when you're in this shell, right? Literally in the shell, in the egg. And they understand that you might have to retreat to find peace. They get that. But when they're saying when you're getting the call, it could be the cosmos, it could be your guides. This is very, I'm not seeing a specific guide here. This honestly feels like it's Mother Earth. Maybe Gaia is the one reaching out to you saying, I want you to enjoy your existence here because this is a beautiful place for beautiful souls, beautiful children, if you will. Maybe see the whole world as your home, not just your home, or not just you as your own home, but it's time to see the whole world, even the cosmos, excuse me, confirmation, as your home. You won't feel alone in that if you start practicing, I don't know, that way of thinking, if you will, or accepting whenever whenever you're in this energy, if your guides are trying to reach through to you with some kind of peace offering or some kind of a different thought comes into your mind to kind of get you away from that, hold on to that, cultivate that, run with it, if you will. Because it helps you get out of this really like dense energy, if you will. Time for a nap. Interesting. Wow. 23, 24 consecutive numbers. Okay, the message that I'm getting here too, since I just mentioned when you're in this energy, if there is a need for you to rest, especially your mind needs some rest, it's okay for you to quite literally go take a nap and allow your subconscious and conscious mind to kind of mend and find new pathways for you in your waking world to navigate through, if you will. Maybe a lot of you have very intricate, beautiful dreams as well. Again, I mentioned daydreaming over here, but it's, what is that about? You know what's interesting? Dreams have come up in every single pile, which is why it came all in pile 1, and then it's why I literally took this deck out, because I was like, okay, this is the dream deck, so I'm going to use it for every pile. And now you guys are here too with this need to, it's not dreaming quite literally, take a nap and dream, but it's the need to believe in your dreams. To believe, for some of you, what you need to believe even seems like impossible. They're saying believe in the impossible. It's like interesting. It's very interesting of a message. I feel like pile 3, I'm sorry if your message has been a little bit all over the place. It might be because I'm like tapping into a lot of different stories, if you will, for you, for this pile, for this collective. But I'm sure it's going to resonate with those who need it, I guess. See, now I'm second guessing myself. Anyways, all right. That's there's no need to second guess. Pile 3. Not at all. You have a lot of good things coming your way. Wow. You know what? Okay. Your spirit guides are, first of all, they come through for you whenever you really need them. And you know this should be confirmation for you. They literally tell you things how they need to when they need to. They're sharp, they're strong, they're passionate. Sometimes they get straight to the point with you. They don't like sugarcoat anything for you if they don't need to. Sometimes you could almost like, again, resent them for that, but they're saying, does it work? It works. Okay. And it's almost like they're trying to bring this olive branch to you, and they communicate through you to you with music as well. The reason why I laughed when I picked up this card is because I was just literally second guessing myself and saying, I'm sure it's going to resonate with whoever it needs or whatever. And what does this card say? Resonating. And every time I pick up this card from this deck, all I hear in my head is it resonating? But it like, and then like, when someone is literally telling you something, they know that it's the right thing or the truth or whatever, and they say, do you know what I mean, right? Like, it's a resonating, like, you get it. Like, that's your guides, like, literally my guides as well, telling me here to stop second guessing myself. But so interesting. Beautiful. What a beautiful energy to end this with. Yeah, music could be very significant for you guys. That could be some of, like, you need to be confident in your music, and prosperity lies ahead when it comes to that. Maybe some of you are writers, you write music or you write songs, or because I mentioned that before, and the cups makes me think of like love songs. Some of you could write love songs or something, or some kind of romantic stuff, or I don't know, that's coming up now. Um, wow. Again, you are in your own little bubble here. Again, you're in a bubble here, you're in a bubble here. You're in the water, but you're in your own bubble. But at the same time, here too, if you think about it, you're in earth, you're on the earth, but you're in your own little space, if you will. Um, it's here too. It's like, it's very, and then with the new moons um, being about birthing new things, right? Creativity. This is literally the birthing rune. Wow. I just keep hearing your guides. Is it resonating? Is it resonating? You're going to have to pay attention when they're really trying to get to you. And especially in those moments of doubt, they really are trying to get to you. Um, it's you carry a lot of beautiful energy within. You carry beautiful messages with you, that you're meant to be sharing with others. It will resonate with others. Are saying people will understand where you're coming from, because you're not the only one having this experience. And it's like, it's almost like by expressing yourself is how you find your tribe. It's how you find your soul family. Just like you are a child of the cosmos, so are others that are here, kind of like, that would, again, that things will resonate with them. Whatever you have to share, whatever you're birthing into creation here, stop second guessing yourself. Just go with it. It might seem like a miracle to you that this even works out for you. It's not. You put in the work. You really have. All right. Thank you so much, Pal 3. I hope this resonated with you, quite literally. And if you want to go read the channeled message, or if you already did, that's good too. It's going to be in the description. And thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.